Okay, everybody, so I have a few small confessions to make. Had some camera trouble. I think I figured it out, but I did a lot of little things on this to get it ready. Principally, it's not done yet, but principally, I have attached the propellers, and I worked on getting the landing gear on. And what that included was building those oleo struts. I painted that part silver. It's supposed to have gaiters on it, I think, but I also saw pictures where they were naked. This goes up into holes that are in the wing, and they worked very well. These extra little pieces, like that little strut there, and also a little strut back here. You can see it maybe going up. Those basically go into air. Those are not what you would call, they're not attached to anything. I don't exactly know how it's supposed to work, but they are just there to make it look like there's something available, something that is making it look stronger and look like it's actually an actuating mechanism. The landing gear doors are on. Right now they're just glued at the base. I need to put a little strut that goes from the oleo strut to that. Haven't done that yet. But those were not hard to do, just a lot of fiddling around. I also, I don't know if you can see this at all, I kind of filled in an interior of the wheel bay just by putting a couple of paper bulkheads and a couple of little pieces of wire just to make it look interesting. You don't turn the model over anyway, so you won't see them. I also, you can see on the insides of the bay cover, I've put a little bit of extra piece of paper with some cutouts in it to make it look like it's a stamped kind of structure. You can also see I sanded off part of the tire so that it sits better. And the tires are balsa. They're just turned and painted with airbrush. I gotta do something about the hubs because the hubs are not correct. I gotta do something to make them look more like real, honest to goodness hubs. I also made the tail wheel, and I've cheated on the tail wheel as well in that it looks fine, but you'll see that I don't have an opening underneath there. This is just paper, and so I'm going to actually just put a dark hole in there rather than build a well. The problem is there's so much putty back here. I thought that once I start cutting into stuff, it's just going to crack and get destroyed. So I just glued that in and made it simple for myself. Put gear doors on there that need to be painted yet. But overall, you can see that the sit of the thing is nice. I got the landing gear and the wheels. You see the wheels are canted. They're sitting at an angle like this, which they're supposed to. The whole thing looks pretty cool. Really what I need to finish are a couple painting things. I got to put an antenna on here and then rig it to the tail. I've got to fill in windows here, here, and back here on either side. Do a little couple, like I said, painting touch-ups. I want to work on the wheel hubs. I got to put brake lines in here. And then I got to put things like wingtip lights, and there's a pitot tube out here, and there's also some kind of antenna-ish thing that goes under the fuselage. There's like a long, almost like a ladder that goes down here, and there's a step. There's a thing that comes out, like retractable, I think, but a lot of them were just hanging down. It seems like on pictures where a guy would put his foot there and then jump up onto the wing. So overall, things come along really nice, and it's going to look really cool. It's just so awesome looking when it's on its own feet. I wonder if it sits a little high. I'm not sure, but I'm wondering if these oleo struts are the right length. Maybe they're not designed for the compressed, as they be compressed on the ground, and I should have figured out a way to do that, but I didn't. They look okay, but I wonder if, how this sits. Is this a correct sit for that airplane? I'm not sure if it is. But overall, it looks pretty neat. I really like it, and it, especially again when I think of what I started with, I'm quite pleased. So the next time we talk, I'll probably show you a couple final details because now my camera's working, and then we'll notch a well up as done. So thanks for looking.